How's everybody doing on a Sunday? Hope I find everybody well today. Hey, listen, I just want to talk really quick about the way the state of the country is, and what do we have to look forward to after we get through all this? We just fought through 4 years of extremely hard times. I have to say, a lot of things are weird, man. It was a strange 4 years of my life. Probably your life too, right? We're all in the same boat. So how do we get past that period in our life and survive what's coming right now, which is a lot of change, a lot of influx of things that weren't there before? And how do we ensure ourselves that everything's going to be okay? We have to have a lot of faith in our leadership that we have now, right? We also have to have faith in each other. All for 4 years, we have all been pretty much like bitter towards one another. And now we see that things are changing, things are happening, things are going to get better here now. You can tell everything that's being put into place is about to change everything. And, for the people out there that say, well, he said he was going to do this when he got in office. He said he has not been in office for 3 months. So, like I tell everybody this, being the government guy that I was, the first 3 months is a reflection of the previous administration. The next 3 months gives you the kind of idea of where the economy is headed with the new administration. And then the following 3 months, things start to fold together. And that's when you start seeing the huge changes. So by summer, y'all should be seeing a whole bunch of good changes, right? We should see a lot of affordability. Things are starting to change now as it is. I've been watching the markets. The markets are climbing. Okay, so don't let the Democrats tell you something that's not true, because it's not true. What Donald Trump is doing right now is changing the entire culture of this whole entire world. So we, being the strongest country that there is, have been treated like we are the weakest country. We've allowed other countries to walk on us, to step on us, to take our money, to charge us so much money in trade. And now that we're not going to sit back and allow that to happen anymore, a lot of people are just getting a little bit antsy, because now we've breached the comfort zone. You've been living in the comfort zone of all this, injustice that's been going on from all these trading partners for so long. Things start to feel a little funny when somebody actually comes along and says, no more. Now, you don't have to like Donald Trump. You don't have to. The guy's a good guy, man. The guy comes across a little abrupt, but he has to. He's a businessman. You have to realize that. His heart's in the right place all the time. He's not out to hurt you. He's not out even to hurt these Democratic people. He just wants to bring the country back together. And you got to look at somebody born in the era he was born in, right? He was born in the 40s, right? So they have a whole different way of thinking. That they were brought up different. They have expectations. They remember a country that most of us don't remember, and how it thrived. And you look at the Americana of yesterday. Like I like the 60s. Like, as you can tell, if any of you saw the house that I just bought in South Carolina, it is built in the 60s. One owner, never walked on the wooden floors, always had them carpeted. They pulled the carpet out, beautiful wood floors. They added another coat of polyurethane. Looks like the house was just built. The retro kitchen's badass. I'm into that. I like that, because I think that America back in the 50s and the 60s, it was booming, man. It was like America took care of itself. You understand? It was a country of promise. It was a country that you could thrive in. And then it changed in the 70s. Things in the 70s got a little weird. When JFK got put out of the picture, things started to go a little sideways, right? They really did. And then the Vietnam War messed everything up. Politically, we took a major shift in the 70s. And in the 80s, when we thought we were righting the ship with Reagan, it really just was more of an economical change that established a wealth within the people of America. So the 80s were an abundance time, because the 70s was so bleak. So the 80s really just returned us back to the glory of the 60s. Then it comes along the 90s and the 2000s, and we see where it's all gone. Right? It has. And when Donald Trump came back in office, this time around, he returned everything back to where it was. And now he's going to start doing this again. So we went from Donald Trump doing everything he needed to do in his first presidency. Okay? We really were doing good. COVID comes along. COVID was a man-made virus that was released on purpose to see how it would, react in the public, and how quickly people would get sick. They already had a vaccine for COVID. You do not release anything. I'll tell you from the military standpoint, being in intelligence, having that high clearance that I had, knowing what I'm talking about as far as chemical warfare goes, viral warfare. I know all this. What do you think that, you think that we don't know these things? We study these things in school. So that was a virus that was released on purpose, knowing full well they could pull it in anytime they needed to with the vaccine. It strategically happened to hit right at the end of Donald Trump's presidency. And they do have Anthony Fauci is linked to that group. Anthony Fauci funneled money to that group to do this viral release. They're the ones that made the virus. So we all as Americans, I don't care if you're a Democrat, I don't care if you're a Republican, you need to wake up to the reality. No matter who we put into office, no matter what, if they're a politician, they're not going to be on your side. Donald Trump's not a politician. That's why I like the guy. The guy's looking at the world through the lenses that I look at the world through, right? He's looking at, like, call bullshit what bullshit is, and let's fix it. He's not sitting there huffing and puffing, taking money from people, bribing them to shut the hell up. I mean, I think he's shut up on the UFO thing right now because there's just a little too much going on. He will disclose the UFO thing. I promise you that. I believe that he's going to do it because all of us that covered up the UFO thing that are still covering it up. We all know it's coming because, I mean, you can watch YouTube, you can watch Russ Coldheart, and you'll get a lot of the insiders, and you'll get video from the one guy, and I can't remember his name right now, Jake something, but Skywatchers. Go to YouTube and put on Skywatchers. You just type in Skywatchers and you see the video. He's the guy who flew the helicopter that captured the egg-shaped UFO and all that, and they got it on camera, and these people are legit, man. And the programs they were in, I knew about these programs, so I know they're legit. He wouldn't even know the names of half the programs he was talking about if he wasn't legit. So Donald Trump is well aware of what's going on with that. And the New Jersey drone thing, they're well aware that they weren't drones. They know they're not, but what are they going to tell you? Because they can't defeat these things, so, you got to start thinking. So I think that's the one thing Donald Trump has not been honest about, because you can tell the way he responded. He feels, I think he feels a little bit like a lot going on right now. I don't think it's a good idea to start blowing the whistle on this stuff. So let's just keep it under control. That, yeah, we FAA knew about the flights over Jersey, right? So, but as far as Donald Trump himself goes, the man's honest. I mean, I can tell you, I read people's facial expressions. I read body language. I'm an intelligence analyst. I'm a master interrogator. I'm telling you, I know what I'm looking for. I have not seen any deception in this man at all, except for that UFO thing. When they brought up the UFO thing, I saw the deception. I mean, it was instantaneous, and I picked it up. If he was in an interrogation room with me, and he was a POW, and I was interrogating him, and I would turn to my commanding officer and say, deceitful. Immediately deceitful. And that was the only thing so far, and I mean only thing I have seen. I watch every day. I do not miss a press conference, a meeting, or nothing. I look for deceit. Joe Biden had no idea what he's talking about. I'm promising you that right now. In nothing he said, he knew what was going on. Everything about his body language told me the man has no clue. He's like a little rehearsal that he must have done, because he seemed like a very bad actor. Very bad. Kamala Harris, sorry, my dog toys drive me nuts. I'm being all retentive. Like things just laying around. Kamala Harris, you could tell she had no idea what was going on. You could tell she was lying about everything she talked about. You could tell she was like very deceitful. I'm glad that nobody believed in that garbage she was putting out. Cory Booker, he's a bullshit artist too for them. I'm watching him on TV. Bullshitter. Hakeem Jeffries, that man is a lying son of a bitch. And everything he says is a lie. That's why he talked like this. He has to think about what he's saying. So when people can't talk like I do, your brain doesn't work right, or you're deceiving people. And what he tries to do too is he tries to act like Barack Obama. We're going to talk like this, and then we're going to keep it going like this, and you're going to get me, right? That is a way of trying to say, hey, listen, I'm a very smart man, but I can come down to your level. That's what Barack Obama was about. I can come down to your level. I'm one of you. Well, that's deceitful. That means you're not being true. So the people that are watching you are not getting the true person. They're getting the actor. And that's what's the problem with a lot of these people. Now, you got to look for real people. And I'm telling you, I will vet out people. I was flipped a coin for my intelligence ability. I was coined The only one coined out of 500 intelligence analysts. 500, and I got the coin. You know why? Because I will tell you something. You go to an FTX and you're in training and all that. Field training exercise, FTX. So you're supposed to be there for 2 weeks. Day 2, I broke it open, solved everything. They lost their ever-loving mind. They didn't know what to do for the next 2 weeks. They had nothing because I solved it on day 2. And in Fort Huachuca, Arizona, I heard the loudest screaming, yelling I ever heard from a commanding officer inside of a building that anybody heard. The whole platoon was laughing because they knew I fucked up their program. I caught the right material, I caught the right name, something was wrong, and I blew it wide open. I found a bomb maker that the whole FTX was about. That wasn't supposed to happen for 2 weeks. So I was able to pick my duty station. I'm really good at being an analyst. This is something that comes to me. I'm extremely, extremely good at analyzing people, data, information, facial recognition. I can tell you when you're lying by your voice. I can tell the way you look up and down. If you're thinking, trying to recall something, or if you're creating something, if you don't know anything, or if you're lying. You understand what I'm saying? There's a lot of little things you look for, body movement. So keep this in mind. Donald Trump, he is very honest. As this analyst will tell you, the only thing he wasn't honest about was the UAPs, UFOs. You could see there was fear in his eyes, and there was also confusion, which I would take analyzing that as not the time. I don't know what to do. I want to say something, but I don't think this is the right time. And that's what I got from Donald Trump's interview when he asked him about that. It was very honest, but it was very deceitful at the same time. He honestly was saying that the FAA knew about the flights over Jersey and that whole area. Of course they did. And that's all he would say. So he was deceitful because he knew that they don't know what the fuck they are, but they knew about it, right? So I mean, that was, and most people be like, oh, well, yeah, you know, they know what they're doing. They're flying up. No, because you all don't know what you're listening to. You don't listen for the right things. So let's take Donald Trump for what he is. He's a very honest man. He wants to fix the country. Democrats need to stop. Y'all lose your mind over everything. You need to stop. Just stop. Your time's up. Listen to me. For 4 years, I had to deal with Dixie Chicks changing their name to the Chicks. Lady Antebellum had to become Lady A because all you fucking crazy-ass people wanted things to be like the way you want them. All the statues falling down in the South because y'all didn't think they were supposed to be up. Because, you know, history didn't happen. We can erase history. You know, I had to buy the Song of the South from Disney on a bootleg movie because Disney wouldn't sell it because it happened during slavery. I mean, this is how crazy. But I will tell you one thing that I do know, and this is for real. Walt Disney Corporation runs Hollywood. They run them. So Disney's a very woke company. They run Hollywood. Hollywood, they own all the mega media outlets. So your CNNs, your MSNBC, they're owned by Hollywood. So they're going to put out the narrative that Disney tells them they want put out through the news media. And Disney's never going to accept Donald Trump because Disney is putting girls where boys' roles used to be. They're putting black girls where white girls used to be. They're putting Latina girls where white girls used to be. And they're putting lesbians in Star Wars. You understand what I'm saying? This is a messed up corporation. And they really are running Hollywood. And Hollywood was pushing the agenda too. Remember all the TV commercials? Everybody had to be a mixed couple. White dude, black girl. Black guy, white girl. And then they got the same-sex commercials. The narrative is to penetrate your mind, to change your thought, to make you accept the crazy, strange things in this world. Interracial couples are normal. Do not throw them at people's faces because now we can tell this is an agenda. If somebody falls in love with someone of an opposite color, good. That's when people are people, right? We're all people. Who cares if I put you behind a white screen with a light behind you? You would be a silhouette of a human. I don't care what color human, we all look the same, right? All this is the same. The only difference is this pale-ass white skin I got and a different nose, a different eyes, right? So you can tell I'm British by no hair, right? My eyes get the little lines under them. British people. Everybody's different, but humans are humans. We don't have to push agendas on each other. So there's my 15-minute rant. Y'all be good. All right. Talk to you again.